Today I'd like to share with you three types of basic body conditioner training in the Wing Chun 1850, which everyone must train in. So, these three basic type of training is similar to the primary color RGB, red, green, blue, which is using to compose so many colors in our televisions and in our computers displays. So it doesn't matter what type of techniques or what type of martial art training in the 1850s Wing Chun, one need to base on these three types of basic training. It is exactly like the blue, green, red primary color used to compose so many different colors. So for these three types of basic body conditioner training, the first is the charging, the nurture qi. You put your body into rest, into the rest state, and then you let the body refresh. You can think about it like you go to sleep, so that you let your body refresh or charge up. That's the first type of the training. In the Chinese, it's called the nurture qi training. So while you're standing or laying down for this training, that is to charge up your energy, such as when you are sleeping. The second type of training is circulations, blood circulations, oxygen circulations, energy circulations. That is where when you practice things slowly, smoothly, in a really flow type of movement. That is to promote circulations. Or even the arm swing we talked about months ago, that belongs to this category of training, the circulation training. In today's modern term, you can call this circulation part of training as the aerobic-based type of training. Now, this is the second type of training, the second type of body conditioning training. The third type of training is the strengthen training. Strengthen training, such as the recycling of momentum training, okay? The shoot-in training, the exerting of force strength training. That is the third type. So, in the 1850 shooting process, the entire thing can be summed up as the combinations of these three types of training. Analogy to display colors of our televisions can be composed by 3 colors, RGB, red, green, blue. So you have the charging type of training, or nurture chi type of training. You have the circulation type of training. You have the strength type of training. Until one have all these 3 types of training, one really do not have a comprehensive training of 1850 Wing Chun. And again, this is just the basic element. It's not talking about what is advanced, what is who is better. No, this is just the bread and butter, which everybody needs to know. Everybody needs to develop. If you don't have the charging or nurture chi training, you will not be able to recover your body. If you don't have the circulation training, you will not be able to get a good fitness. If you don't have the strengthened training, you will not be able to fight. You will not be able to execute techniques, momentum, impact. You want to exert strength out, you need the strength and training. So remember these 3 training, put them into a proper perspective. A charging training will never get you the strength and training. A circulation training is never a strengthened training. And the same, a strengthened head training will not be able to get you to recover or refresh yourself or charge your body. So this is the 3, which is within the 1850 Xiulin Tao sets. People who have mastered these 3 can combine these 3 to do different training. And of course, every one of this training comes with a different type of breathing. The charging, the nurture chi have a type of breathing, because this is going to go into meditations, into samadhi, into all this chi stuff. But over here, chi means energy. When you have this fitness type of training, circulation training, that type of breathing is like in our aerobic based training type of breathing. For the strengthening training, the breathing is different, and it starts to come in to have to involve the intra-abdominal pressure to handling your body, your core. So, this is what I'd like to share with you today. One must know all of these things in order to get result in their training. Only one have this training, one know what it is. So like the strengthened training, you have the recycling momentum and or using the Red Book training band, which is I share in this channel. The strength, the multi-directional strength training. All of those are written in my book, The Restricting Wing Chun. With the energy or the charging training, or the nurture chi training, or the recovery training. Those are written clearly in my book, Wing Chun Inceptions. For the aerobic base type, the circulation, that too is in my book, Wing Chun Inceptions. So this is really clear, and we need to be clear on it. This is like the engine of a car. We can put the car in the neutral state. We can put the car on the move forward state. We can put the car in the go reverse state. If we don't have that, there is no way we can drive this car. So if you talk about this technique, that techniques, well, if you need that strengthened training, and you don't have that strengthened training, all these techniques is just meaningless. It's just a motion, like a dance. Now, if you are using all the strength, but you don't know about the circulations, to loose up, to open up the body, then there's another type of problem. So I hope that this makes things even more clear for you, what you get into. And today, by scientifically, we can measure all these things on the training. So this is what I like to share with you. You need to have your body conditioning training in order to drive your techniques, or to put your body into the rest state for recovery, or to help circulations of your body, or help better handling of your body. So this is the three types of training. Remember that. You can tear apart the entire Chinese martial art with the three types of training. You look at what people do, you look at that, you ask the question, what type of training is it? Is that charging? Is that circulations? Is that strengthening? You ask again, if this is not a pure charging or pure strengthening, then you ask, is this the combinations of circulations and then strengthening? Or is it the combinations of circulations and charging? There are many different combinations it can be done. And when you look at the training, you check. Does this type of training have the circulations, the charging, and the strengthening? If it is missing any one of this, you know there's trouble. And if somebody is claiming that the circulation training can generate power like the strengthening training, well, you know there's a disaster. So I want to leave this to you. Hope that you use these tools here on to look at, to know what are you trained, what is your workout is for. Only that way everybody can progress. You really clear where you want to go. Will you be able to get there or not?